So I was sitting outside, sipping on some pre-workout, trying to figure out what kind of video I wanted to make for YouTube today. And then I was looking at the trees just blowing back and forth in the wind, and then just like that, it just kind of clicked. So we've got a bit of an interesting video today. We are going to be taking a look at King Groot. Now, what do you know about King Groot? Oh my god, his healing is so good, it's so OP, it's so insane, it's impossible to die, he's a big old tree. You know all these things about King Groot, right? There's so much content on YouTube of King Groot at SIG 200 doing amazing things, being impossible to die, healing from 1% up to 100% health. But what happens if King Groot's at SIG 20? What happens if you have a SIG 40 King Groot, a SIG 60 King Groot? Is he worth ranking up? Now, there's some really amazing King Groot content on YouTube. If you haven't seen his regen capabilities, go check it out. Brian Grant has uploaded so many videos, mostly using his 5-star rank 5 SIG 200 King Groot, regenerating an AQ, being impossible to die. Simula has uploaded so many King Groot in Abyss videos as well at a decently high SIG, being so sustainable, finishing Abyss fights quickly with 100% health. But there's not much content out there with the low SIG King Groot. Many people say rank up the 5-star over the 6-star because the regen capability is up there in the SIG, and they're not wrong about that. If we go over to antmay.com and we check out the way his SIG ability scales, as you can see at SIG 20, well, it's kind of all the way down here where he regenerates about 3,800 health every cycle. But when you go all the way to the top, it's about over 11,000 every 13 seconds. That is unbelievably OP regeneration. But King Groot, when he got buffed, he didn't necessarily get more regeneration. He's always been able to do this. King Groot's buff made him a pretty darn decent attacker and gave him some utility as well. He always had some utility, but now he has more utility. Is that attack power and that utility worth ranking up without this overpowered regeneration SIG ability? Well, that's what this video is going to be finding out today. Okay, so we're going to be taking a look at King Groot, at his new buff, what he can do, how he works, and you can decide if you want to rank up your King Groot at a low SIG, and if you want to put some SIG stones into him. So without further ado, let's start jumping into that today. Now, first things first, King Groot has some very decent synergies with some very decent champions. Let's go over all these synergies and what they do for King Groot on attack. Keep in mind, he doesn't need any of this stuff to be pretty decent. So let's check it out. First things first, plus 35% poison and armor break debuff duration, and plus 4% health and attack rating for him because he's extra large. That could be with Eye-Bomb, Mojo, Venom the Duck, or also Mole Man. That's his best, main synergy in his kit. These are kind of basic, and then this one is decent against specifically hero champions, right? You gain an extra fury buff, and you have a higher chance to gain furies and malice. So that's definitely decent, and Crossbones is quite a fantastic champion. So that actually might be better than the Namor synergy, but we'll get into that in a bit. This one's really good here with Man Thing. Malice grants 2 additional fury buffs, so it's very nice to have. Okay, over here, we have, while Malice is on cooldown, gain a 25% chance to inflict a poison debuff, dealing 30% of modified attack over 12 seconds each time contact is landed. Additionally, the chance to gain Furies during cooldown is increased by a flat 11%. That's also really good. Combine that with the Crossbones synergy, and you're going to be getting a lot more Furies against hero champions, okay? Over here, with Sasquatch, Malice grants an additional Fury buff again, and plus 30% Fury buff potency. That's definitely quite good. And then over here, with Namor, each member of the synergy increases the team's special attack damage by plus 12%. And that's with also Kingpin and also Black Panther. So it's definitely potential to have a team of like Namor, Kingpin, Black Panther, Hercules, right, for Black Panther and King Groot, and that would be a really solid team. But we're not going to be focusing too much on the synergies today. We're going to go in against Winter Soldier and just mess around with them here, because I don't even think I've ever really tested him with his synergies before. I've tested them on his own, and I thought he did really well, and these synergies make him just do so much better. So let's go ahead, and first we'll test him with the synergies, and we'll go over how he works, okay? I've never noticed this rewards down here before. Has that always been there? Okay, so, all right, has that always been there? Potential rewards? The potion? I don't know if that's always been there. Whatever. So the way that he works, it's kind of interesting. He has this mechanic called Malice, okay? And the way Malice works is that when it's active, you gain up to 100% Fury buff potency based on how long the fight has gone on, and after 100 seconds, that's when you're all the way ramped up. So no doubt about it, that takes, you know, over a minute and a half to get to max Fury potency. Very often, though, in fights like AQ, Alliance War, smaller health pools, fights are over just about after the first special 2, okay? So that's really good for long fights like Abyss or Labyrinth. King Groot is actually really good in Abyss, believe it or not. There are lots of Abyss solos using King Groot against tech champions on YouTube. You can go ahead and just put it into the YouTube search bar. I'm not going to recreate those videos because they're already out there, so you can go check them if you want to see them. But basically, he has his 2 modes, right? His Malice mode with the Furies, and then like his Regen mode, where he regenerates so much health. So when he's on his Regen mode, any attack from either champion has a 20% chance to grant 1 Fury buff, and when the cooldown ends, you gain 1 Fury for each charge, and then you re-enter that for 13 seconds, okay? Now check this out. This is new. Each time King Groot's attack is evaded, auto-blocked, or misses, you gain 2 Fury charges, and there's a 2-second cooldown on that. His special 1 now puts up to 3 permanent armor breaks, up to 10 on the opponent. They are permanent when you have a Fury buff, okay? Now these stack up kind of high. Each one is 293, so when you have 10 of them, it's going to be about 3,000 armor reduction, which is definitely not terrible. Now the special 2 got a bit of a boost as well with this recent buff. Each hit of his breath costs 1,500 direct damage, and the damage is tripled against robot champions. Now keep in mind, most robot champions are tech. There's also Dragon Man, who's mystic, okay? But that's really good because cosmic champions are supposed to have that nice advantage over tech champions. And there are so many tech champions who are robots who are poison immune, and loss of his damage comes from the poison debuff on the special 2, which does 4,300 direct damage over 10 seconds, okay? The Malice, when you want to use it when the Fury buffs are active, that way you increase the duration by 100%. And look at this, the special 3 didn't really change, lots of healing regardless of your SIG. Now, his heavy attacks, you pause the duration of all of those poisons from the special 2 for 3 seconds, and if you have the Malice up, the Fury up, you pause it for 6 seconds for the cost of 1 Fury. So basically, the way that you play this guy is so freaking simple. You want to hit the opponent, you want to use the special 2 when you have the Furies, and that's it. Then you want a heavy attack to pause the, what do you call it? To pause the poisons. So right away, boom, boom, boom. You might as well go for 3 permanent armor breaks, okay? Now keep in mind, this is SIG 20, and I'm running with the Suicide Masteries here, okay? So keep that in mind. Now, I use 5% damage for my recoil, right? Recoil sucks. Nobody likes recoil at all. But look at that. At SIG 20, I healed all of it back. Let's go for the special 2 now. Let's check it out. With 8 Furies, Winter Soldier is now down to 74% health. That is good. He has 550,000 health. Keep in mind, okay, the Fury buffs only get stronger as the fights go on. That's how Malice works, okay? So the regen is great. Look at this, a 10k crit. A 10k crit right away. Not bad at all, man. So what do you get when you SIG up King Groot? You get more regen. Yeah, you get like longer poison duration and stuff like that, right? But you can pause the poisons with the heavy attack. Let's go for this. Watch this. Every burst of damage is doing over 7k right there, which is actually quite good. Let's pause them. So what's my point in saying that? My point in saying that is that even at SIG 20, if you want to run King Groot with the Suicide Masteries, if you don't get hit, that is more than enough SIG level to keep you topped up at 100% fight, 100% health in almost any ordinary fight. Look at this. Each piece of burst there did about 10k each. The poison is ticking down really well. 12k medium crits, finishing at 95% health. Successful hits, 100. Right on the dot. That took about like, what, maybe a minute and a half or so? So we were all the way ramped up at the end, right? Yeah, we had some attack synergies here, of course, no doubt about it. Our Furies were 30%, higher. We had a higher chance to put the Furies on, right? No doubt about it. But we can go in again. We'll do it again without synergies. Actually, we're not going to do Winter Soldier without synergies. He has 550,000 health. That's more health than we ever really need to see. We're going to do the rest of the testing without synergies. That's how we're going to do this. But that was pretty good, wasn't it? That was pretty good. Okay, so like I said, King Groot SIG 20 on his own, no synergies whatsoever, okay? For the rest of the video. So, we're going to jump in here against that Warlock that I took Venom and Venom Pool up against in that video I made a few days ago. And they both did fine here, right? But King Groot has that ability that they both have, where you're immune, that Venom always had, which was always really great, that Venom Pool now also has. Unique physiology grants immunity to bleed, power drain, and power burn effects. Now here's the thing with King Groot. Venom and Venom Pool have that against tech champions. There's nothing here that says it's against any other champions but tech, right? So, this is just in general immune to power drain and power burn, which is kind of great, man. Which is kind of great. So, the way that Warlock works, right, is that when you're healing, he puts the, when the affection's on you, it's going to pretty much power drain you, that's going to power burn you as well, going to do some damage, and that's going to reverse, your power gain, essentially, drain your power, however you want to say it. You guys know how Warlock works. That's why you can't fight him with the Suicide Masteries or anybody who regenerates. But King Groot, yes, you will be heal blocked here, however, we won't have that power burn and we'll be able to fight him. And not only that, remember that special 2-bit that I was talking about? Remember what it does? The damage is tripled against robot champions. And the last time I checked, Warlock does happen to be a robot. Okay, so that's going to be good. Now keep in mind this has special bias, right? So the defender is more likely to activate special 3 first, and then special 2, and then special 1. So we're going to eat a special 3 here, more than likely, right? So let's jump right in. And let's see how King Groot does against this Warlock. Now, keep in mind, against Warlock, it's always recommended that you get a nice armor break on him. And the special 1 on King Groot definitely puts a pretty decent armor break on the opponent. Okay, now we're going to go and eat this special 3. We knew that was going to happen, right? There's really no way around it. King Groot doesn't have any power control, but check this out. We're pretty tanky. Starting at 92% health, that did about 30% damage. At 6.4 here, right? Decent attack values. Where's Warlock's head? It's gone. Check this out. 7 Furies. Watch. Watch Warlock's health. Those little burst damages, right? That were doing like 7k against Winter Soldier right away. That did 20k each about. Let's just round it up to 20k. So no poison damage, but that's almost better. Now the poison obviously ticks you over time. I wish that Warlock would throw the special 1 here, but he just doesn't really seem to want to. Maybe he'll throw the special 2? We'll have to see. Okay, he's supposed to throw the special 1 there. I think that happened against either Venom or Venom Pool as well the other day. But he really is supposed to go special 3, special 2, special 1. That might be broken. Don't really care right now. But so far, this fight is going pretty decently, right? We're going to go ahead and build up to our Furies right here. Warlock is being so passive. We're just going to push him up here and go for the special 2. Let's see what this does. Oh, wow. 1% finish, right? But we're going to survive this. This is going to take us down to about 21% health. 22% health. Wow, I almost called it. Boom. Boom, boom. So, yeah, man. Obviously, this node is basically all or nothing, right? So, like, we're gonna eat the special 3s here unless you're using Dr. Doom or Magic or other power control jams or champions with the taunt to get around that, special bias. But the showcase here was essentially to show you, A, how he works against robots, which is quite well, with the burst damage. B, how he's immune to that power burn and power drain that Warlock has in many different ways, while he has the healing, the regeneration buff up. And also, after the special 3, we're supposed to be power drained all the way down to 0 with a lot of burst damage. So those are definitely 2 really nice pieces of utility that King Groot has. Another thing he has, obviously, that's we haven't mentioned yet, but he's just immune to bleed too, which is obviously makes him an option for Biohazard and Caltrops to fight like Morningstar and other champions who bleed you when you hit them and stuff like that as well. So let's go ahead and take him somewhere else where bleeds are going to be present in Act 6. So I have an idea. It might work, it might not. It might be cool, it might not be cool. I really do not know how this is going to turn out. But what I want to do is I want to take him up here against Tunnel Vision, and I'm going to purposefully miss. Why? Because there's another thing in his ability here, in his descriptions, that says, where is it? Let me find it. Now here it is. Each time King Groot is evaded, auto-blocked, or misses, gain 2 Fury charges when Malice is on cooldown. Okay? So over here we have Biohazard, Nano Plague, Tunnel Vision. So we're going to pretty much be immune to the Biohazard except for the poison. However, if you get a poison while you have the Malice up, it's going to get shrugged off. Okay? Now the Tunnel Vision, of course, that might get shrugged off too. That will get shrugged off when the Furies are active, but not when it's not active, and that's when we want to do it, okay? So let's go in here against Thor, and let's just see what happens, man. This is going to be an interesting, double showcase here. 1 against Biohazard, and 2 against that Tunnel Vision node. I'm excited to see how that works. Okay, so now let's try and trigger that purposefully, okay? So, wow, we have 9 charges. I wish I didn't get hit there. 10 charges. 12. Let's go for it. 12 Furies, dude. Wow. Wow, that is actually really cool. Let's pause that. That is a really cool interaction, man. That is really cool. I'm just doing 3 light attacks. I'd love to get 1 more. No, that's okay. Man, 12 Furies again? 10k burst damage each time? Dude, that was so much better than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be like a little tiny cool showcase kind of thing, but he's so good for Tunnel Vision like that. That is so cool. I actually want to do another fight with him, man. It might be harder against Stealthy because he's got that evade thing. Oh, but every time he's evaded, he gets charges too. Oh my goodness gracious, man. Woohoo! That's pretty cool. So, obviously against Stealthy, I actually don't want him to evade yet. I want him to evade after the Malice is down. Then I'm going to just make him evade. First things first. Okay, let's try and do this. I don't know, maybe we won't. Maybe we just won't make him evade, and we'll just do this because this is. Wow, we have 14, man. 14 Furies. Oh, I'd love to get up to a special 2 here. I don't know if we'll be able to. Dang it, man. I didn't have enough power when we started this. That's right. We can do it again. It seems pretty darn consistent, man, that this is... I think we might even be able to have a better one this time. Oh my god. Are we going to get 16 Furies here? Dude, no way. No way we have 16 Furies. Alright, let's see. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. We have to do more. We have to do more fights here because this is so freaking cool, man. I can't believe how good he is for this node. This was like, when I was looking at the, where to take him, I was thinking of like, the Vulture thing here. And I was like, it could be cool. It could be, I was thinking that I was going to be saying like, Oh, he can do it. It's cool. It's not really practical, so you probably don't want to do it. But it's so good. Okay. Whoa, I can't believe how crazy that was, man. I really can't. I can't. That was just insane to me. All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, I'm so excited about that interaction. That is so cool. Oh, that is so cool. All right, so now we're going to bait out a special one from Rocket. Okay, I don't know why I did that. I really don't know why I did that, but that's okay. Okay, so we're gonna revive and try this fight again. We're gonna do it right. All right, you didn't see that. Nobody saw that. Okay, so we're gonna go again. We're gonna light, medium, all the way up. Okay, and now we're gonna parry. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my god, we're starting off. We have 9, 11, 14, 17. All right, come on. Oh. Oh my god, dude. Wow. Oh. That was so cool. Wow, man. That was so freaking cool. Wow. Who's next? I want to do one more. I want to do one more. God. I cannot even believe it, man. That is like actually really crazy. And that's like 30 seconds into the fight, hardly any malice, man. And this is no synergies. Imagine if he had the Fury Potency synergy too. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. Why did this guy get buffed so hard? And then like Gamora's buff was like, hey, guess what? If you have 10 buffs now, then the opponent won't be able to make you miss, which is really cool, right? Don't you love that? And I'm like, not really. Okay. We're going to shrug this off. Watch this. Nice. All right, let's go for special 2. Oh, my God. Oh, but how about that, man? How about that shrugging right there? Pretty cool shrugging showcase. All right. Let's do this properly this time. I forgot Vulture is the most OP defender in the entire game, so that's my fault. Okay. I don't know why he's just holding block. I guess he's just a super mega big brain defender here. But you know what, man? Our Malice is going to be all the way ramped up here. So not all the way ramped up, but ramped up highly. So check this out. 11k. Not bad. This Vulture is kind of pissing me off here. But look at how he's... All right, this is going to be like a big poison showcase. Let's just keep the poison up and see how it ticks Vulture down. And I forgot that happens again. Okay. Just watch the poison. The poison's ticking him down very nicely. And that's going to do it. All right, man. We've also finished the fight at 84% health because the regen helped a little bit with some of our mistakes. Not bad. That was really cool. We saw a lot of debuffs getting shrugged. We saw a pretty strong poison taking down the opponent. Really good stuff, man. So far, very impressed with SIG 20 King Groot, man. So let's see what else we can see from this guy. All right, so we're here at one of the toughest lanes in all of Act 6. It's going to be Energy Adoption, Ice, Disc Track, and Bubble Shield. Now, Disc Track is really good for obvious reasons, again, because of those permanent armor breaks, okay? Energy Adoption, Ice is not going to trigger as long as we have an armor break debuff from the opponent, okay? There's also Bubble Shield. Now, Sentinel, another robot. Let's go ahead and check out and see how this goes. So first thing you want to do here is you want to go ahead and just get rid of those Fury buffs from Malice, right? Because this Cold Snap is going to trigger. We're going to shrug off some of them. Now, I just want to build up many Malice charges, okay, during this cooldown period here. We're not getting the best RNG here, but that's okay. We're going to go for this now. Boom, boom. There we go. We have our 3 permanent armor breaks now. At this point, I just want to build up to a special 2, really. Okay, now I want to, of course, hit him as much as possible during the off period so I can get as many Furies as I possibly can. So far, not getting the best RNG, right? That's okay, though, because we're going to go for a nice special 2 here against a robot. Check it out. Not too bad. Down to 60% health. Now, you know, it is a little unfortunate when you are fighting the robots, right? And you don't have that consistent poison damage, you know, taking them down. At the end of the day, when you're fighting a robot, you probably are going to want to use Magneto or Medusa, you know, over King Groot. But as you can see, man, he does really, really well against them. So I don't know, maybe you will want to use King Groot because he does really well against them. So, you know, Bubble Shield is reducing our block proficiency by definitely quite a bit here. No doubt about it. We're taking some chip damage. As you can see, the regen is fine. It's ticking us up about, I believe it's 7% every single cycle, which is not awful at all. And we're now up to 92% health. And this special 2 is going to finish him off. 22k for the burst damage there. Not bad. Not bad at all. It's actually very good. It's actually very, very good damage, man, especially on such an annoying node. You know, like this track. Now, another thing that's really... I thought that was going to be Iceman there. I thought that used to be an Iceman there. Is there an Iceman on this lane? I think there is. Is there not? Was that changed? There absolutely used to be an Iceman here. That must have been changed for a Havoc. I wonder why that happened. Whatever. Doesn't matter, okay? But point is, he's good for diss track too, and even at SIG 20, the regen is decent enough that you can heal back from the recoil, and if you don't run the Suicide Masteries, you have that nice safety net with the Healing Man. So yeah, I'd probably find one more thing to do, and then we're going to call it. Alright, let's have a fun one. We're going to go to variant 5, Poison Vulnerability. This is the villain variant. Now, King Groot is a villain. He has the villain tag, okay? So, you know, Void's a champion where you don't normally want to fight with Suicides, right? We're running Suicide, but that's going to be totally fine, okay? Because we're going to shrug that poison right away. And watch how fast we shrug it off. Gone. It's gone so fast that nothing happens. Another thing, man, is we can just shrug off Void's debuffs like it's nothing. Now here, look, it's just gone. So his shrug off ability is very, very, very powerful. It's very strong. It's a very good shrug off ability. Of course, it only happens when Malice is active. But let's check it out. Poison Vulnerability, ready? At this point, right, we're going to be doing damage, nice damage on basic hits because of that poison. So we definitely want to keep it up. Oof, 13k. I didn't bring any other team members here, so we're going to be triggering Void's debuffs much, you know, quicker than normal. Uh-oh. Well, good thing we're going to shrug this one off. Let's go for this with the poison up. Poison Vulnerability. Ah, Void, you jerk. Alright, so we ate some hits there. Let's do another fight here because I want to see him on Poison Vulnerability when there's less other factors going on, like, you know, Void stuff. Alright, round 2 of Poison Vulnerability with King Groot. This one will be better. Okay. Come on. Let's go ahead and use these Furies here to put a little bit of armor breaks on. And the regen is going to take us up to 100% from recoil. Yes, even at SIG 20. And in the meantime there, we could build up to a nice special 2 and get some Malice without the fear of getting to a special 3. So there we go. This was nice. This was much better than the Void fight. Oh my goodness gracious. So let's check it out. Ooh, baby. 25k heavy attack. Unpoisoned Vulnerability in variant 5 with the Black ISO passive as well. And that's gonna do it, man. So yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad. There is, of course, one more thing I feel like I have to show you. So like I said, his regen on Special 3 is still pretty good, okay? We're starting at 66% health, okay? Whether you're a SIG 20, SIG 200, or unawakened, a Special 3 is going to look like this when it comes to regen, okay? From 67% health all the way up to 84. So that's really not bad. It's really not bad at all. And then one cycle from your natural regen, and you're going to be above 90%. 91%. So Special 3 and your natural regen rotation is going to take you up about 25% health. That's really not bad, man. This guy is just so tanky and so sustainable, even at a low SIG. Now, there is like, dude, there's no doubt about it that like he benefits so much from SIG stones. And he's a great champion to put SIGs into, especially if you don't play the prestige game and you don't care about that. But like if you do care about prestige and your prestige is set, I don't know where he is. I don't know where he is. If your prestige is set, man, and you're just looking for a good reliable rank up with some solid damage, sustainability, and some decent utility, King Groot could be a champ for you, man. So I see a lot of people asking, does King Groot need to be awakened? Does it need to be a high SIG? Personally, I don't think I'd recommend you rank him up unawakened, but if you like what you see in this video at SIG 20, I think he could be a good rank up for you. In fact, I'm considering ranking mine up. Because I have Silver Surfer at SIG 200, I have Hercules at SIG 180, and I have 20 SIGs ready to go when this featured crystal is over. At that point, who am I going to put Cosmic SIGs into? I feel like King Groot's a very decent option. And for the future, man, I like the power drain and power burn immunity against all classes. I like what he does against robots. I like what he does against freaking tunnel vision, man. Holy crap, that was amazing. So yeah, King Groot at SIG 20, not too bad, man. Not too bad at all. All right, that's going to be it for this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you enjoyed this type of video. I feel like very often in the MCOC YouTube community, we showcase champions like at their max potential, right? And, very often, when like new champs get buffed, I try to show them at like, 6-star, rank 2, SIG 20. But I don't really do like longer showcase videos on them like that. But if you like the template of like, is this champion worth ranking not maxed out, not SIG'd out? Let me know if you like that. I could look into doing some more stuff like that. Always looking for new content ideas that you guys are going to enjoy. So if you do enjoy this kind of thing, let me know. And I'll look into making some more things like this. Like, for example, off the top of my head, is Void worth ranking at SIG 20 or something like that, So yeah, I'll be seeing you around.